Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. Okay, so let's get started, guys. Let's focus on it. It's a very important topic, and many of you get stuck in this one only. Metrics collection and infrastructure monitoring was easy compared to this. So yeah, let's get started. So what is APM? So before getting into this session, let's try to get an answer for some of the questions. Now, if you have the answers already for these questions, that means I'm asking about your project information, the one which you're supporting for observability and monitoring. So if you have an answer yes, that means you don't need this APM session. Okay. But if you say no, we don't have or not sure about it, then this session will help you in a way. So the question is, are we measuring real end user experiences on our website today? Okay. Now those who are not understanding the real end user experiences, we call it simple way RAM. I'll discuss this one in later session, RAM session, but I'll put it in simple straightforward way. I want to know my customer. I'm Zomato, I'm Amazon, I'm a Flipkart, I'm a Paytm, I am the service provider. I want to know my client customers, what they are doing, what they did, and all. So everything. So are you measuring that? Yes, no, not sure. Are we meeting with the customers SLAs? Now, guys, what is SLAs? Can you please help me here? What is SLAs?
Service level
Service
agreement,
level agreement,
Signed between
customer and
customer and the end user.
the
customer
company,
means your
service
client,
provider.
service provider. So there is a agreement between me and Paytm, or maybe your client, the one who have given you projects, and between your company. So it's kind of SLA, different types of SLA agreements. It's like a formal legal documents actually. Okay, legal documents, and you are committing. Sorry, when you say you means your organization is committing. Hey, we will give you this much of uptime, this much of experience, this much of response time, and blah blah blah. If you violate this SLA, then you'll have to pay penalty. Penalty in terms of many ways actually. So yeah, are we meeting up with the customer's SLA? Is our app delivering consistent response time? Mind it, I said consistent response time across user and geography. Your application is giving a consistent response time from India and USA. Are you having that number? Do you have any underperforming region? For example, Australia. Is it when people from Australia access your web, sorry, so access a website, and then uh, do they have a same response time as the user of India? Do you have underperforming region? Do we have web performance plan in place to correct those problems? Is your site delivering a consistent user experience regardless of browser type? Means we have a multiple browser, right? I use Chrome and Firefox. So is it the same response Amazon.com if I hit? It's the same response in the both the browser. Do we know how our website response time and availability compares with our competitions? Okay, so that is something which we have. Now, do we know how our website response time and availability compares with competitions? That is the one. Can we quantify how third party technology and services such as ad networks, payment processes are impacting our site performance? Okay, and then last one, can we monitor and troubleshoot problems for our mobile application using the same APM tool we use for our web application? So, what is the answer for you? Is it yes, no, not sure? What exactly? What do you think? All of you? Do you have that answer? Hello?
Uh, Rajesh, the problem is like, since all of us has like, this product, like, so what to answer here, like, before that we could have say like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So, there are many tools actually. I heard first day itself, some of you have worked on New Relic, or some of you have worked with the Splunk. Some of you have worked with some other tools also. Yeah. So basically, APM will give you these answers, but our tool is Datadog for the day. Correct, na? So that is something which we do that. So what is your job? What is your job? You need to collect the response time. That's all. You need to collect the response time for each user. So you should ask, okay, some my user is coming to my website, and what is their response time for their request? So look at this image. Here you have same setup. You have a database, front end, back end, different devices, different browser and all. And one user is getting the response time in 300 milliseconds. And one user is getting the response time in 7.5 seconds. So now he's angry, right? He's angry. So this is the response time which APM tool and synthetic tool will be tracking for you and will be display. So what is your work? Can you please tell me in this APM world, what is your work? All of you? Hello. Let's discuss this one. It's just morning. You have lots of energy, so we can have a discussion in the morning and do the demo and lab after that. So yeah, what is your work in this situation?
We have to check like, why response time is high here.
7.5 second, correct? Yes. So yeah, 300 milliseconds, there's no much work for you. But if you see that some customers are having the high response time, very high, and then you need to find out the root cause for it. Why this customer is having the response time 7.5 seconds. So let's try to find out how to find a culprit then. Then you will, when you try to find a culprit, you will see so many things. You will see, okay, infrastructure monitoring, you know that very well, so I will not discuss that one too much. You have spent 2 days for it. So you see infrastructure stuff, then you see Java runtime environment, application code, browser issues, it can be JavaScript issues, it can be code issues. So where is the problem? Where is the problem? I'm not able to locate it. How do I know that the problem is in Java code, application server, web server, JVM, or infrastructure? Where is the problem? There's a lots of data sources. If you look at the today's application runtime environment, there are lots of data sources are available. How do we find out? So then you'll say, Rajesh, why we have to worry about it? Out of 1,000, let's say if 5% people are having the bad response time, then why do we need to worry about it? What's the big thing about it? So look at this. This is the one of the studies done in USA, and then why the performance of the website is very critical. So 1 second delay in a response time can reduce the conversion of sales by 7%, page views by 11%, and customer satisfaction by 16%. That's a good number for the business. Look at this. More than 51% of the online consumers in the US said that the slight slowness is the top reason they would abandon the purchase. You know that why you would abandon the purchase, because you don't know whether it will be successful or not successful. You don't want to risk that transaction and again follow up with the customer care for the refund, this that and all kind of things. When online service fail, 75% of the consumer move to another channel, which can lead to millions of lost dollar. That means just look at this, your daily life. Let's put it in this way. If let's say you are rushing to your office, and let's say if Ola is not responding only for 2 seconds, what do you do? What do you do?
Then we have to go by walk.
No, you move to the Uber, right?
Yeah,
Correct, na?
right,
And then
right.
if even Uber is not, maybe then you will go for taxi, auto, whatever it is, and all kind of things. So this is something like that. Let's say you're for you want to have a meeting, and go to meeting is not working well. Move to team meeting or Zoom meeting, something like that. So you have so many options available right now. So yeah, these are the things. So monitoring performance is very important. Now next question is, how do we do that? How do we do that? And that is where that the one process has come for all this work, and we brand this whole process for monitoring the experience of the user, and finding out the response time and finding out the culprit, why this which component in the application runtime is impacting the response time. That is called, we call it APM, application performance monitoring. So what is APM? So nothing. APM is just a collection of tools and processes designed for to finding out the performance issues. That's all. That's a APM. So look at this. This is a very good visualizations I have here. So how do we trace that? Look at the user. Millions of user on Amazon.com. Tens of browser they have. Tens of different types of devices they have. Different types of ISPs and geography they have. Different CDNs they have. Different databases, different microservices, different platforms, different third party libraries, and then your request is following through all this. So what we can call it, how do we trace that? The problem is with the device, browser, ISP, third party networks, third party services, or my web server or database server, or application server, or where is the problem? You need to trace, right? Are you understanding, all of you? All of you.
Yeah,
So that is a very good image. That's our job actually. We need to trace where is the problem. Uh, this is the inside the code, okay? All the calls is there. Can you please tell me where is the problem in this whole traces?
yeah. The main problem I see, like when they are uh, querying, like in DB
Yeah.
database query, like here this delay. That is the reason, like user is facing uh,
Yeah.
delay in response time.
Overall response time is become 22,764 millisecond. That means I think 22 second, correct? If I'm not wrong. And out
Hmm.
of 22 second, almost 19 to 20 second is only taken by database query. That's a huge actually. But do you think this is your work? Do you think this is your work? No, this is not your work, because anyone would look at this graph and tell us where is the problem. It's a database which is causing a problem. Hey, fix the database query. You have to enhance your queries in a certain way, so it should process in few milliseconds. So anyone can tell me this one if they look at the graph. So the question is, what is our work, your work, and my work? We need to build this graph actually. We need to understand that okay, database is a problem. We need to have this kind of stuff ready for the development team. So I hope you have understood your responsibility in APM. It's not like you will tell someone has built the graph for you and then you will tell, hey, this is the problem. No, you need to build the graph and they will find out themselves. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
So there are certain benefits, as we know that um, in a bullet point. If you see that business continuity, if you implement the APM business continuity, reduce downtime, better UX, greater customer satisfaction, higher productivity, decrease reliance on costly experts, greater innovation, reduce operational cost, higher Google ranking, and intangible benefits. So now this is the point. After understanding why do we need to do APM, how to do the APM, that is important. So in order to do the APM, you need to collect the data. You have to collect the data. Again, in order to do the APM, you have to collect the data. Now, how do we collect the data? So there are two ways to do that. One is using agent and using agent less. Yeah. So some of you must be thinking the agent means the same agent which we installed last day. Are you thinking the same one?
No, that is infrastructure, but APM agent is different, right?
Yes, correct. APM is the moment we say agent, it's a different files, different agent actually. And that you collect the APM data using agent. I'll talk about that agent in some time. But we do have agent less also. That means synthetic and RAM. Where what we do, we don't go inside the system. Mind it. We hit the IP address and port number and do the stuff. Okay. So agentless. So agentless, you can do synthetic and RAM. I'll try to complete synthetic today and so on. Okay. So this is the things. Now you will say, some of you, I think some of you have understood APM agent is different than infra agent. But this agent, are you thinking to install at OS level? What do you think? This agent, are you thinking to install at OS level, all of you?
We have to do it
Server,
application
I
level.
think we have to install.
I think on top of
Yeah.
application.
Yeah. So mind it, guys, this agent, the one which I'm talking about, is not you can install at OS level. You need to install this agent inside your code runtime, application runtime, software runtime. For example, you have application which is based on Java, so your agent will be installed in a Java runtime at a Tomcat level or maybe at inside your code. So that means this agent will be in Java. If it is .NET, the agent will be in .NET. If it is Python, your agent will be written in Python. If it is Go, it will be written in Golang. And this agent is nothing but a code. I repeat, this agent is nothing but a code which is running alongside of your application. So then you'll say, some of you say, Rajesh, don't you think it will take a CPU and RAM and stuff like that? Yes, of course, it will consume little bit of CPU and RAM, but when you compare the spending on the CPU and RAM for running this agent compared to the data you get, it is priceless. So remember that this agent is separate agent. each agent is written in a different language, and you have to configure it. Now agentless is nothing but hitting on the network and port, spanning the information from there, and then decide what is up and what is down. Okay, so now here I want to discuss a little bit through the image also, so you'll have a better visibility. So this is the this is your machine server. Okay, I'm talking about the virtual server stuff. Containers will have a little bit of change in the structure. Now here mind it, this is the machine, and then here you have agent install, and this agent is at OS level, and this agent will send the information to Datadog. So this we understood, Datadog. Now this is the infra agent. Okay, mind it, IA, infra agent. Now if I want, let's say application is running on 80 port. Now the backend, it can be Apache, Nginx, Tomcat, WebLogic, WebSphere, IS, what exactly I don't know. Many applications. So here all these options you have for runtime environment, you need to understand a little bit of programming side of it. So this is the end user. So I will hit here simple way, and I will get the response. I will hit here and I'll get the response. Now response time, let's say, is a 2 second. So this response, you got it in 2 seconds, and this response which you got it, it can be, it is a agentless. Why we call it agentless? Because here you don't need to install anything here, and then you get at the network level information. So this can be synthetic and RAM, and you got a 2 second. So this is called agentless. Are you understanding, all of you? So you are not getting inside it, you are at the network level only. You got the response time. How it is processing inside it, I don't care about it. Are you okay? Hello.
Rajesh, can you explain again this one?
So
This
here
port 80.
user will hit at the endpoint. Endpoint means it can be domain name or IP address, and the port number, network port number. So whatever the response you get it, here you did not install the agent actually. No agent is there. So this is called agentless.
Okay.
Okay, for example, I'll simple way I'll show you this if you want to understand that. So, what is this? CMD. And here,
So the down example and the 81, that is two different, right?
this is the
Because
agent,
here agent you have
infrastructure
installed
agent.
it.
No, it's not. I installed it, but it's not impacting anyways. It's an infrastructure agent.
Okay, okay.
So, for example, if I ping Google, see that. So Google will response time, if you see that, 34 millisecond. Look at this. This is the endpoint. So now I'm not getting inside a Google. Google.com is the endpoint, and the response time, here you have it. Make sense?
Yep.
And this is a ping response. Sometime you will make it a call, curl, HTTP, HTTPS, right? www.google.com. This is the curl response, and I don't know how it's coming, but how much time it's taken? Few seconds or some few milliseconds or something like that. You have to capture this. Okay, so let me give you a browser experience. So here I'll type a Google devopsschool.com. devopsschool.com. I'm not getting inside it, but I'm capturing. So here, go to this inspect and go to the network, and now refresh it once. Now if you see that this is the network level call I made it, and overall response time what you have for this is 352 millisecond. So that's a response time for the my website overall. And out of, if you want to see the distribution, out of 352, what are the things got loaded? So these are the resources. which got loaded in a milliseconds and also on. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yep.
So yeah, this is my response time. But there is a problem. If I have issues with my code, how do I know that? You know that here, I'll just talk about the Java stack. Please understand this. So here you install the Java JRE, then install Tomcat, and then inside that you have multiple libraries, applications, this applications to this applications to this applications, or this applications you have a multiple method, one to two to three method, functions, whatever you. So where is the problem? It can be a problem here also, it can be a problem here also. This is a maybe database, it can be here also. So how do I know response time between this and that? This I'm talking the code level, inside a code level, because you call the main function, then sub function, classes, this class, that class, and all stuff like that. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello? Yeah.
Yes, Raj.
So how do we know that internal one? Because here is coming straightforward 2 seconds, but the problems can be inside it, and that's where we, this process is called APM process. So APM process means you are installing the APM agent somewhere. Let me change the color. So APM agent here, and as you get the request from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here, and then response, this APM agent is tracing everything, and this APM agent will capture all this data, send to infra agent, and infra agent can forward to Datadog. Now understood that internal data which you need it, so that you need to do APM. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
So we need to enable the APM in a sense, then we need to connect the infra agent also, right? In this
Yes,
case.
yes. You need, because in APM agent is not having forwarder. That is a problem. So forwarded you have an infra agent, and then infra agent can send it. So basically here,
So then whatever the APM logs needs to send, in this case the tracers are logs, the
no, it's not
APM
logs. It's a trace information. See,
yeah,
log is different. Log we'll talk about tomorrow.
okay. Trace information needs to send to the Datadog, so the APM agent needs to connect with the infra Datadog agent.
Yeah. So by default, agent, this guy has a property. By default, the code is there. They check the process of agent is running or not, and then send some internal port number which I discussed last first day, some 91 or something like that. On that they send it, and then this guy received it and flush it to the backend. So here you have a Java JRE. This is a Tomcat, and this is your application running multiple application. And now APM agent is installed here in this example Tomcat level, because this is also one application. This is also application. This is also application. This is also application. But this application is tracing and recording all of these traces and call between the one function to another function, between the one services to another service within the same machine. So now if I want to tell, I want to know, if someone asks me, hey, can you please tell me what is the request between what is the response time between this service and this service, or this method or this method, this class or this class, I have the data, and I can say, okay, maybe it's a 0.5 second, something like that, and this is the 1 second. So overall if you see, and then maybe here 0.5, so 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 1 second, it's a 2 second here, consolidated one. Understood, all of you? So all of you understood that why do we need a APM, correct? Now
Yeah.
to fetch the internal traces and So to find out, so basically if you set up APM, you will get this data. You can see my screen. But if you set up a synthetic and RAM, you will get this data. So using synthetic, I can tell between the user and device to browser ISP, what are the, you have one command, trace route. So you can use that to see that which is going here to here to here to here. All these things you can get through the traces, synthetic. But internal information, if you want at the code level, then APM is needed. So, guys,
So,
are you comfortable, all of you, conceptually?
yes, Rajesh. So how about the licensing? Are we going to purchase only for that infra licensing, or how it will be?
Huh. So, infra licensing, basically, I don't know, I don't remember if I have covered the pricing, but they charge,
We haven't covered.
okay, no problem. So, they charge per node basis, and then they charge storage. So, these are the things. So, they have a two program actually, if you look at this. Pro and Enterprise. Okay, Pro means here you see per host per month $15, and in this they have everything added, everything.
Okay.
Okay, see here, monitoring of system, services, and serverless function. Everything 600 integrations and everything is added. And the retention period is 15-month data retention period. Okay, now enterprise they have this one and some ML stuff is there and live process stuff is there which is available for enterprise. And if you want to dive into the pricing, then I think I would suggest you go through this, if this table, it will definitely help you. And again you will say, Rajesh, I want to know the storage cost. So log management, click on it. Here this is the storage cost for it. Here continuous profiler, that is the one thing. Here you have 31. So if you want to enable infra plus APM, then it will cost you $31. uh, if you go for other services, again you have some things here. Got it?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah, so this is the there's no straightforward answer. You see that here for each and everything they have a cost.
Yes. For each and every agent, there will be a separate cost, but that will be included with the infrastructure as well.
Yes, yes. Okay, guys, so now this is something. So then you'll say, Rajesh, okay, I want to start working on APM, what to do? So first thing we have to collect, and that is why I start always with a collection. Then store where? Datadog. So APM agent will be set up for collecting the trace. Okay. Then we will store it where? Datadog. Then after that we will explore it. Here we can call it check. And then after that, that you can stream it or query it for the dashboard or alert, that you can do that. So yeah. So what is the end goal for APM? It's very simple. You want the automated reports for the performance of your applications, the problems of, again, alerts and warning signals. So these are the things you wanted. Now you'll say, Rajesh, which tool is good for APM? So, right now I'm getting a little lost. Why? Because market is flooded with so many APMs actually. Uh, I started this APM work basically with some we had earlier in the, when I was doing the development work, we have a JQ builder or something like that that got deprecated long back, and after that we got a New Relic. Then nowadays, if you look at this, all the tools they have incorporated. So they have New Relic, they have App Dynamics, they have a Dynatrace, they have a Splunk, they have a Elastic, they have a Grafana, they have you know so many platform has come right now. It's confusing sometimes. People say, what is the best tool? So my approach is very simple now. I don't believe in the best tool, because the moment you say best tool, next year you hear some other best tool. So that way it's like very confusing, because market is very competitive. Let's say Datadog has this feature introduced this month, and next month you will see that New Relic and all other vendor also introduce that one. Just for the 1 month you are going to change the tool. It's not making any sense actually. On top of that, these all products are based on the microservices, so development and bug fixing become very easy. So when you select the APM tool, then have this consideration, that is a more than sufficient. So does it support your programming language? So only you know that what programming language the software which you are running with. So Java, Python, Perl, PHP, this, that, and all. So again, more than 30 programming language which we have for writing a backend code. So check that. Are your developers are familiar with it or not? Ease of use, setup, diagnose, fix is there or not? And integrations with like a Slack, Jira, Puppet and all. And is it pocket friendly or not? Do you have a budget for that also or not? So all this thing you just check it out and then decide which tool is good, which tool is not good. I would not comment on it. So these are the tools which is very popular in the market right now. New Relic, which they started with APM, App Dynamics, Signal FX now is a part of Splunk, Elastic APM recently introduced, most new. Datadog APM, I think few years it's been in the market now. It's stable. Stackify, Retrace and all. So yeah, these are the tools which we have. Now you know what, there are certain challenges also we have to consider while setting up the APM. One of the challenges, like earlier we were running the application at a small scale in the virtual servers environment. Now it's like a containers, pods, and it's dynamically changing. That's again one headache. So Kubernetes and stuff like that. And again, the different people have a different requirements. Someone wants to know something, some other team wants to know something else, some other data, some other information. So it's very different world together. Now we have a different teams also. You have to uh, bridge the gap between that. So how do we do that? So that is, you can do with some stable tool where only one platform can help. The operations team, backend team, front end team. Operations team need a matrix, which we covered. Backend team need a logs, which we'll cover tomorrow. Front end team required traces, and which we are covering right now. So one tool which can give us all of this stuff, you should try to get it done. Okay, so now we have understood about the APM. Now let's understand some of the common terminologies. I'll not get into the too much of detail about it, but because I'm assuming most of you are aware of it. So what is the concept of number of users per second, per minute, per hour, per day? You know that. I don't need to explain it to you. Hits per second. I think more or less you understand how many hits I am getting to my website each second. We will use in APM. Errors per second. Okay, so out of 100, how many errors we have in per second? So look at the table right side, you will understand that 4x and 5x, which you get it, the response that's considered as an error, client error and server error. Are you comfortable with that, right? That concept, HTTP error, all of you?
Yes.
Response time, I think you understand that what is the meaning of response time. If you do not understand, please uh, do let me know, I'll explain it. But most of the time we are soft engineers, we're using these keywords every day. So response time, one of the keyword which we use a lot in APM and so on. Latency, this is one of the again keyword which you use it for tracking the response time. Connect time, so how much time it takes to connect the SSL handshake. You know that nowadays all the website which we have HTTPS, so before connecting to the service, it validate the certificates and all stuff like that, so that's called SSL handshake. So that's called connect time. So connect time is a part of the overall response time, mind it. Bytes per second, bytes means, in simple way also you can call it throughput. That means when I request and then you got the response, how much data we got transferred through that in each second. So if you see that here, look at this here, the size of the data. If you look at this, let me refresh here, the see that status code is 200, and here you see 395 millisecond. But if you look at the size of data, 175 KB. Okay, and so that is a kind of data throughput. That's my throughput actually. So got response. So that's I assume that we know that, and few more algorithms which we have. This I will discuss a little bit later once I have a setup working. Okay, so now with that, these are the consolidated list of tools which we use for APM. Some of the populars which I showed you, but this is a complete list. There could be few more. I have not updated the slides from last 1.5 years. So new releases every month we have it. So you can check it out. Any questions so far, guys? All of you?
Which one?
Okay, so now we have understood that what is APM, why do we need it, how to do, and stuff like that. Now I will explain you the setup. So what we are going to do, please understand that. So all of you, are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
So I will show you the demo and you have to do the lab again. So first thing, what we have to do, first, each one of you have to create an infrastructure, one VM. That is done because I got it done in the morning itself. After that, you have to install the Java. That is also done. I ask you to do that. Third thing, after that, you have to install the Tomcat. And that is also done. Correct now, all of you? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, last thing which I'll show you the demo. Anyways, I'll do in front of you, so you will have no problem. Just see this is a 5 minutes of work, and after that, we'll have a install applications here. Okay. This is the fourth ton which is pending, and then this is the APM agent which is pending, and then after that we'll create traffic, huge traffic. Now clicking and refreshing the page will not work. We need to create a huge traffic for APM visualizations. It and can be thousands of requests per minute or something like that. So that I'll teach you how to use that tools for creating a fake traffic. So I'll create a traffic on the 8080 port, which is a Tomcat port, and then automatically this all request will happen, and then this APM agent will capture all these traces, send to agent, and then Datadog. So this whole setup, I'll show you the demo, and then you will do the lab. And once you do this traffic generation, automatically the graph for APM will be populated, and we need to analyze that after that. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, great.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.